What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of ITTV. Today, we have finally got some more news on Arkham Shadow for you guys. So today, we got a rather surprising trailer for you guys. It's a gameplay trailer from Camouflage, and it looked pretty good. So we finally have gameplay, official gameplay, not
It's
just
not
stills.
it's not really surprising. They told us that they were going to show it off at Gamescom, but
No,
whatever.
they didn't. They never said that.
You're a fucking liar.
But yeah, guys, we have been talking about this since they announced they were going to show it off here. I forgot it was today, but I did know that it was coming up this week. So I woke up to the trailer and I watched it, and we'll get into our thoughts. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. And as always, guys, whatever you guys feel about this trailer, let us know in the comments section below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, did you watch the trailer right when it came out, or did you kind of wait a little bit? How did that go?
I want to say it was like close to when the trailer came out. I didn't watch the whole stream just because it started at
Yeah.
like 10 a.m. and I checked last night just out of curiosity because it was just like, oh, we're starting up. The Gamescom is happening their stream, and I checked it, and the stream time was like 10 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not waking up for this fucking shit. No way.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, well, I guess I'll just wait and hopefully the trailer will come out soon. I go to sleep, and then it was like 2 p.m. my time it came out or something like that. I was like, damn, it's
Really?
fucking late. Shit.
Yeah.
God damn. But I did watch it, and then I sent it to you guys, but I'm actually really curious because you've been silent on this all day. We talked about this earlier in the group chat, but you've
Yes.
been very silent in our DMs about this. So I want to know, what did you think of this?
I hated it. I thought it looked horrible. No, I'm just kidding. I thought it looked really good. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how well the combat system looks. Considering you're in VR.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, and it's nice to know that we have the option to freely go from free flow combat to grappling up to a gargoyle to stealth to using gadgets like on the fly. I was happy that they were able to pull that off because I think that one way for me anyway, if you're going to have a VR Batman game, the way to flourish it is to have the best possible free flow combat from the Arkham games in it.
Yeah.
So
Surprisingly, it was pretty good. I got worried when those stills came out, and it was just like punch by numbers. It's just like,
yeah,
oh, punch one, thug number one, number two, number three. I'm like, this is not how this is not how it's going to be, right? It's just like it's going
right,
to be very scripted, and it's like, no, actually, though, it is like super it is essentially Arkham Combat in VR. It's the perfect way to translate it, and
yeah,
I was not expecting that at all. I didn't know how they were gonna do it, but they somehow did it. It looks pretty good.
it
So
does. And graphically, it looks fine. I mean, no complaints. There was a couple iffy spots for me, but as a whole, I mean, the game is still not out yet, so who knows how much tweaking they have left to do. They still have about 2 months left. So we'll see how that goes.
yeah, I honestly I felt the same way because there were spots, and I'm just like, wow, it's like, man, they got some fucking work to do.
Yeah.
Like there was one shot where it was Batman sitting on top of like a gargoyle or something before he glide kicks
Yes.
through a screen. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why does Batman look like that? Like it's just his suit is just plain gray and his face is like just all white and there's no
Yeah.
shadow, no definition, no nothing. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's like, what is that? What am I? But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you can make an argument. It's just like, well, it's a VR game, so who cares? But
Yeah. But you'd hope that, if I don't know if there's another person's perspective or something, or you're looking in a mirror, God forbid, you see yourself and hopefully you don't look horrible. So Yeah, hopefully that all gets worked out. There's a couple other characters that I was like, Harley Quinn looks,
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, then again, how else is she supposed to look? You know, she's a blonde with glasses. Like I don't know, but her
So,
face model just looks a little weird.
yeah.
But apart from that, I think it looks pretty fine.
Yeah, I said this on our group chat. Like, I was satisfied with what was shown, but it's still not enough to convince me to buy a MetaQuest 3.
No, not
Like
at
it,
all. It will
like
convince me to watch all the gameplay videos, but it won't convince me
yeah,
to buy a MetaQuest
it'll
3.
convince me to have Alter record gameplay for us, like, when he eventually buys one. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not interested in buying a MetaQuest right away. Like it's like I just checked Amazon earlier just for shits and giggles.
still
The
$700.
It's like $700, and that's for the 128 gigabyte model. There's another
Oh
model
god,
of it which has more gigabytes. It's like fucking almost $900, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
holy crap!
No
Yeah,
way,
that's
no
insane.
fucking way, absolutely not."
Yeah,
So,
actually, I think this is a good spot to segue as well for a second because they're kind of at this spot where, like you said, like they need to convince people to buy one, and I don't think this game is going to do that at all for
no.
anybody. I mean, maybe an idiot like Alter, but that's because you know. But regardless, like you or me, I'm not buying a MetaQuest for this. No
Not
way.
right away anyway, no. Like,
Yeah, like
it's
I'll buy a
it's too much.
MetaQuest when I have like a crap ton of side money to just be like, okay, I can throw this away and I'll buy a MetaQuest with it. But like, yeah, then again, a MetaQuest is not the one thing that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this when I have free money on the side. It's like I don't know, but
I'm not me personally, I'm waiting till, like, the MetaQuest 3 is, like, $200, and I have that just on the side. Like, there's
yeah,
no
that's
way that
probably what I would do.
like, even if I had all the money in the world, if I had, like, whatever, I was just like, "I'm not buying that for full price just for 1
Right?
game." So,
No, no way.
no way. Absolutely not. So, um,
Especially for an experience that's probably only going to be about 8 hours. To be honest with you.
I don't even know if it's gonna be that long.
Yeah.
Maybe, like,
Well, not the
5,
story
6.
itself, but like
True.
everything. But yeah,
I
maybe
get
you're even right.
I guess so. Like, in my head, it's more like story-wise, it's probably like a 5, 6-hour game, but there
Yeah,
could be
you're
side
right.
missions and stuff. Hopefully, no Riddler trophies, 'cause
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of a shame because it's just like you and I have been with this franchise since the beginning. We've been through all the
Yeah.
ups and downs, all
Yeah.
the all the disastrous things that have been done to it, and it's just like, well, it's like
Still
we want
being done.
like, yeah, still being done. It's like we wanna play this, but it's just like it's way too much money just for 1 game. Like,
Yeah.
if there were a whole bunch of titles that came out on the MetaQuest 3, maybe that could be an argument of buying it, but, like, it's just 1 game, and, the poor suckers who are, gonna buy this
Yeah.
when Arkham Shadow comes out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's only 5 hours." Like, they're just gonna complain online. I already know what the end result is gonna be, so maybe it'll make money, but it's yeah, it's not enough for me personally, so
Right. No, me neither. But sorry guys, we're not really off topic, but I do want to get back to the actual gameplay trailer because I think
Sure.
there's other stuff that we can go over. So we do know that we talked about combat. So free flow combat is coming back in some way, shape, or form. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much
It's
how you
pretty
could do it
it's
in a
pretty
VR.
close. Like, it's pretty
Yeah.
damn close.
And I can't complain because I mean they have the daunting task of having to bring these mechanics to a VR setting, which is probably in itself not an easy thing to do. So
Mhm.
top hats off to them for actually being able to pull through with that. Another thing, we can talk about some gadgets because we saw that the grapple gun has returned, thankfully. But we also have another gadget that sort of returned that Marvel has more experience with than I do. So if you do you want to shout out this gadget from Blackgate?
From Black Heat.
Yeah, the explosive gel The
Oh, the Lord.
yeah,
Okay, all right. Yeah,
he
so
didn't know where I was going with that one.
I don't know if you're talking about the shock clouds. I feel like we both have a large
Oh, we'll talk about
usage of
those
that.
too.
But yeah, they're bringing back. They don't have the traditional explosive gel. They have sort of a kind of gel launcher that was in Blackgate. I don't know if it's the exact same gadget, but it's pretty close to it. Um, and it functions pretty much the same. You shoot at the wall,
Yeah.
and then you press a button and it explodes. This time though, it's in the shape of a bat, so so
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
kind of
say
like
it looks cool to me, and I think it looks like a proper Arkham gadget. So I'm fine with whatever they want to do with that.
yeah,
And at least we have some sort of explosive gel-esque thing in the game. Um, I'm gonna miss that whipped cream sound.
yeah, me too. I feel like
Um,
they could have pulled it off anyway. Like it could
I
have
think it could have been
worked.
super easy to do that in VR.
Yeah,
Um, but regardless, it is cool because now we get some range with that shit.
true.
Um, but hey, we'll see how it pans out. It looks fine though. But yeah, there's another one that Marvel mentioned, and the shock gloves are returning. I can't say I'm that surprised because this is an Arkham Origins sequel. Um, but the shock gloves this time around look more refined, and it sort of looks like they're built into his gloves
Yeah,
rather
it's
than
not
being
like
an
these big.
extension.
Yeah, it's not these big fucking hulking like attachments. He just pulled some guy's dead body. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, the
I'm
gadget.
glad they're
Like,
back.
yeah, I'm really curious to see how I'm really curious to see how gameplay is just as it comes out. Like it's like
Hmm.
we saw uh taking some elements, we have combat which seems to work for the most part. Stealth is pretty much as it should be. And even something like detective mode, like you can
Yeah, it
actually just
seems like
point
it's. No, go ahead.
like, it's just like you touch your face and all of a sudden everything goes blue and highlighted around you. And it all seems to work very naturally in the VR world. So
Yeah, my hope with this is that any of the mechanics that they're bringing from the other Arkham games, like detective mode, or I was even gonna say about the gadgets, like a weapon wheel, like how they're gonna actually like manage doing
function.
that.
I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like if anything, it's going to be very similar to what we saw in Arkham VR, where it's just like there's certain gadgets placed in certain spots for your hand to move. So, like if you move
yeah,
your hand down to like your left, you'll pick up a batarang or like a bat claw or whatever. So,
yeah.
um,
Which is really cool, and I like that idea because
yeah,
my hope with this game overall is that I feel like I am Batman. Like
yeah,
I'm reaching for my belt and I'm grabbing the grapple gun, and I feel like I'm actually doing that.
mhm,
Um, so yeah, I mean, as time gets closer to the release of this game, do I think it would have been nice to be a console game? Absolutely, but it's nice to have a Batman experience on VR that is hopefully good enough to be in the Arkham universe.
right,
Because, like we said before in our Arkham VR video, Arkham VR is just a glorified tech demo, and it's not anything innovative in the sense of Arkham, because generally we look at Arkham and we think innovation and things that have never been done before. And I'm hoping that this game can make me feel like Batman.
yeah. I mean, compared to what we got before with Arkham VR, this is a massive step up. But in the grand scheme of the entire series, it's basically your standard Arkham experience in a
Right.
way. So,
Yeah.
can we talk about some of the villains that we saw? Because there were some
Yeah.
faces that I was not expecting to see in, in this
Well,
trailer.
I'm curious for you who you weren't expecting.
So, firstly, um, we got the first actual appearance of Scarface and the ventriloquist. In this entire series, we've been waiting to see them, and we finally got them in a VR game of all things.
Well, at least Camouflage is, and I give them props for this. They're doing a lot of things that Rocksteady should have done in their games. Um, I feel like they're trying to rope people in with that idea of like, here's the ventriloquist. and Scarface, and you saw Scarface, and Rocksteady never did anything about that, and they should have. And so here we're gonna do it for you.
Hmm.
And I was really happy to see that.
Yeah, and I like that we get to see the first iteration of Scarface. Like it's not exactly the puppet that we know later on. Like it's a very like early version of what we'll see later, and it actually looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
So
it did. I agree.
so the other villain I was not expecting to see was Lockdown was his name, the
Um,
security guard.
yeah, I don't remember what his name was, but that sounds probably right. Something cheesy like that. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that either. I can't say I'm that excited, but it's cool. I don't have a
Me.
problem with it. It just wasn't anything that I was like, "Oh my God, lockdowns in the game?
Mhm.
Wow."
Wow, just fold on.
If they said like Killer Moth was in the game or something, I would have like jumped for joy.
I really hope he
But
shows like just as a side mission. That'd be
that would be
that'd
awesome.
be hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, it would. Or
Um.
Condiment King running out of like a Big Belly burger in Gotham, just like slams through the glass. I need my ketchup, man.
Just immediately just punch him right in the gut. The
Yeah.
side mission's over. Be so great. One thing that caught me off guard a little bit too was Tiger showing back up.
Yes. So
Was not
now,
did not think we'd ever see Tiger again after Arkham City.
well, I'm assuming that they're gonna try to explain it as like they're an already existing um force within Gotham and they're only used for certain things. Um I'm glad Tiger's coming back. I think Tiger Guards is a really cool thing to bring back to kind of sew the continuity in together a little better.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with it.
I saw Arkham Video's breakdown of it where his theory was that they were basically a security force for Blackgate,
Yes.
and like there's some potential there.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but yeah, just not expecting Tiger of all things. Just
Me
this.
neither.
Um, doesn't it feel weird though in terms of continuity? Because I felt like Tiger was more or less a faction formed during Arkham City, but I might be wrong.
Um,
I
I
guess
mean, I would
unless
have.
Hugo hired them to, be
That's what
his
I'm.
militia force.
Well, that's what I'm thinking because obviously I was under the impression of that as well. Was that they were specifically created for Arkham City, but there's technically I don't think any lore that confirms that or denies that. So I think at that point it's up for interpretation. I don't think they would have used Tiger if they were created specifically in Arkham City, just with like a lore reason that yeah they didn't exist previously. So I think they're taking some liberties there with just saying, well, we're making it so that they did exist before.
Yeah,
And Hugo Strange, I guess, who knows? Maybe they were defunct after the closing of Blackgate and Hugo hired them because Arkham City was in place and gave them all jobs, kind of thing. We don't know. But it
yeah, but
could have been any of that.
it feels kind of weird because it's very much implied that they were trained to kill, like they were heavily trained to take on Batman. So,
But maybe
um,
that was something that comes with just Arkham City is that idea. And beforehand they were just Blackgate, a special forces Blackgate unit or
yeah,
something. But I guess we'll see how it pans out. I'm sure they'll explain it in the game where they come from, hopefully.
maybe, yeah.
Or
It'd be
maybe
weird
hey,
to camouflage not to just throw them in there for no reason.
yeah.
And I guess Lockdown, whatever the fuck that guy's name, I don't know. He's a member of Tiger as well, so
Right. Yeah, I just don't feel that like camouflage of all companies because of from the interviews I've seen with the game director, he seems like he really understands the Arkham lore really well, and he's trying to take care of it, and while also adding his own spin on it with the best possible outcomes. So I don't
mhm,
think he would just do that in a whim. Um,
probably not. No.
So we'll see. I'm hoping that that question gets answered because I was surprised to see Tiger as well. I think anyone that's been there since the beginning, like us, would be surprised because, like you said, we were both kind of under the impression they were just an Arkham City thing, specifically made for that.
And that they were going to stay in Arkham City and
Right.
never come back ever again. But
Right. Just bomb the
um,
shit out of them.
yeah, so. But yeah, in general, I really enjoyed this trailer. But yeah, like I said, I'm not buying a MetaQuest just for this. Not now,
No,
anyway. It's way too much money. So
no.
because
I'm in the
it's
same
like
boat.
because it's like $700 plus this game is probably going to be another 50 $60. So nope,
Yeah.
not doing it.
No, me neither. But in the future, hopefully. But until then, we can just get Alter Wrap to record our gameplay for us.
Yeah, true.
But guys, I think that's all we're going to talk about in regards to this trailer. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Me neither. So, guys, with that out of the way, we hope you enjoyed this episode of ITTV. Let us know in the comment section what you thought of this gameplay trailer. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you excited? Are you buying a MetaQuest 3? No! But let us know in the comments. You can follow us on Instagram at Intensive Treatment Pod. Stay tuned for our live streams every Tuesday and Thursday, and our episodes are Wednesdays and Fridays for the podcast. And this Sunday is a very special episode, so stay tuned for that. It is the 15th anniversary of Batman Arkham Asylum, so we're very excited to bring you something that we've been cooking up for a little bit now. And yeah, we can't wait to share it with you. Guys, stay locked up. See you in the next one.